Well, hey guys. So this is just going to be a video that I had seen. I saw a video that Dave from the Knife Nuts podcast. I follow him. He's Misanthropia on YouTube _ Misanthropia on Instagram. I saw him do a video yesterday that I thought would be something quick that I could do. He was asking. He said, talking about lock bar inserts, and people have said, oh, you can get a spare lock bar insert. It's just a drop-in piece, and you can throw it in, and then that would alleviate some of the lock rock issues. And his thing was that if they're not a matched set, if there's not even wear, that there's going to be some difference. Well, I thought about it when I saw the video, and I saw he had posted on Instagram. My Reat Horizon D CF with the carbon fiber came with a little packet of parts. In that little packet of parts, there was 1, 2, 3 spare screws. So if you were to happen to break off any one of these screws, 2 washers for down where the bearings are at. They're not polished like the ones that are in it are, and a lock bar insert. And his question was, has anyone ever dropped a lock bar insert in and had it work? A replacement lock bar. So I thought I would just do this as a quick video. So what I'm going to do is, since I have to take this apart and clean it anyway, we're going to take a look what's on the inside of my Reat by Dave Dang, my Reat Horizon. This is not the standard anodizing that's on it. I have redone the scale, and I redid the backspacer. But everything else on it, it's just, it's a standard Reat Horizon D carbon fiber. So I'm going to take it apart, and I'm going to get everything set up. I'll take it apart, and I'll start and do the cleanup, and then we're going to drop that lock bar insert in and see if it actually fits. If this spare that they sent with it actually is going to allow this knife to work properly without lock rock. So we're going to take a look at that. All right, guys, hang out just a second. All right, guys, so, I just realized that we never took this knife apart. So we took my Wii 601 apart, but we never took this one apart. So I'm going to use my little Greg Berger custom driver here, and we're going to go ahead and take this apart, and I'm going to take it apart. We're going to do this. I'm going to show you what the insides on this look like. I love this little Greg Berger custom driver. It comes in so handy to have around. Nice thing about this too is it's not a special tool that you need to take this knife apart. Nothing special about this. So let's get this. There's one of those spacers. There we go. So I will say that this one, just like my Wii, are knives that you do have to take apart from time to time. I wish I didn't. You still have to take them apart because I don't know what it is about these knives. They gum up and gunk up so easy. And so I know that you all have seen Nick Shabazz take apart knives and how he does it. I kind of pretty much, when I take a knife apart and clean it up, I kind of do the same thing. And you can see there's gunk and grit coming off of these washers. I don't know why these ceramic washers in the plastic seem to gum up worse than the other ones. And like I said, as you can see, I anodized this almost a goldish, greenish gold. But I seem to have forgotten my alcohol. So what we'll do first is I will take this apart, and then I'll just throw it right back together. I can clean it up on my own. What we're going to do right now is, though, we are going to check and see if this lock bar insert, changing the lock bar insert, actually will do the job. Now, as you can see, on this one as opposed to my Wii, the lock bar in the detent ball is in the titanium. It is not in the lock bar insert. So you don't have to worry about. We want to make sure we know that that's the original. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just take out this lock bar insert, put everything else back, don't need that screw, and we're going to put this lock bar insert in, and we're going to see if it fits just right and make sure that there's no lock rock. Because in theory, with them providing it, it should be just perfect, right? And I'm having a hard time with my fat fingers getting it in there. So drop that in, grab the small screw for the lock bar insert, and then we're going to reassemble the knife and see what happens. So now, I can tell you that I can see some wear on this lock bar. Not much on this lock bar insert. Not much, but a little bit. So we're gonna see what happens when I put this back together. See if we get any lock rock. Gotta make sure. I'll tell you what I did one time. I took this apart and didn't put the lock bar back in. I had to resharpen it because I sure did slam that blade into the titanium. So just throw that on there. Put this lock scale back on. This is one of the easiest knives to take apart and reassemble. It's a dream. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do take my Sebenza apart, but for as easy as everybody says it is, I have a hard time getting those washers back in just the way I want them. I always have. Ever since as long as I've owned a Sebenza, I dread taking it apart. I've found a trick to it that might not be the standard way to put it back together, but it does seem to work for me. And it just simply is just taking the blade out without taking the other screws all the way out. So, let's see what we get here. We've got everything locked down good. I want to make sure everything's just right. And it's locked up tight as a drum. So this knife, and I've had this knife for a long time, this knife, the replacement lock bar insert for it actually is a perfect fit. So the Reat, yep, no blade play whatsoever, no lock rock, and it's just at the same lockup. So I would imagine that the tolerances on this knife are tight enough that you can get away with that. So let's pause here, and that answers that question, and I will be tagging Dave in it. Dave and I actually started following Dave on Instagram. If you guys don't watch the Knife Nuts podcast, you probably should. This is something I should be saying to the front of the camera. Well, there you have it, guys. And that just kind of speaks to the quality of Reat knives. So Dave, there's your answer. There are knives. There's an answer. There is at least one knife that you could get away with dropping a replacement lock bar in, or lock bar insert in. When I was saying that I forgot to put the lock bar in, I didn't mean lock bar. I one time put this back together and I forgot to put the stop pin back in. I had taken apart a couple of Elliott's knives, and Elliott's stop pins are screwed in. They're shouldered, and so when you put those in and tighten it down, they don't come out, and this falls out. So I did one time forget to put the stop pin in and didn't realize it, and I put it back and I closed it and slammed the blade up against titanium, had to resharpen it. M390 is not easy to sharpen. So yeah, that's just it. That goes to say, like I said, there are a couple of Chinese companies that are out there, we being one of them, Reat definitely being one of them. I think actually Reat, I'd have to say that the knives I've seen coming out Reat are even of a higher quality than the ones coming out of Wee. Dave Dang knows his shit when it comes to building a knife and designing a knife. But yeah, this is still, I didn't put the original lock bar insert back in. This is the one that I was like, screw it, it fits. I'm not even gonna take the time to unscrew it. I just took a little bit of rubbing alcohol, cleaned the bearings, put it back together. Like I said, I don't know why these ones, the two knives that I have that have the plastic run ceramic bearings always have to be taken apart and cleaned. From most people that I talk to that own Grimsmo Norseman, same thing. So, like I said, there is a video that I had said I was going to do. It was me sharpening on a window, car window. I think I'm gonna have to try and get Matt here, or maybe a Friday if Nico comes down, if I can get out early, get done with what I'm working on early, and maybe have Nico shoot the video for me. I can't get the angle the way I want with the tripod. So I do know that I said I was going to do that. That was going to be the next video. I shot it 3 different times. I could not get it the way I dulled the knife and resharpened it like 3 different times. So Outdoor 55, I will get that, Outdoors 55, I will get that done, and I will get you tagged in it. And then if he said he's going to do the same video. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to throw this up there. Listen to the Knife Nuts podcast. It is hilarious. Brian from Sharp by Design is he's comical. His deadpan hatred of people in general it's awesome. And I mean, if anybody earns the moniker as a misanthrope, I don't think it's David. I don't think it's Dave. I think it's Brian. Brian from Sharp by Design, brand new dude. So, all right, guys, that's it. You guys take it easy. I've got a bunch of knives that came in that have to get sharpened, and there's a couple of them that are getting some anodizing and maybe some ceramic coating. We may videotape some of that, but other than that, guys, that's it. You guys take it easy, and I will see you next time.